Noswaith, good evening. They're a class of psychoactive drug, usually prescribed by doctors to treat severe anxiety. But tonight there's a warning that benzodiazepines are causing a significant rise in drugs deaths in Wales. Charities say illegal fakes bought online from unregistered pharmacies are also becoming increasingly common. Between 2019 and 2020, over 719,000 doses of the illicit drugs were seized in Wales and England. That's a 200% increase on the year before, and 84% of them were seized in Wales. But for many, this addiction starts at the GP practice. Charanpreet Kera has this special report.
A prescription for period pain at the age of 19 led Sarah down an unstoppable path of addiction that spanned nearly 3 decades.
Where a doctor might prescribe 2 painkillers, I would take 6 or 8 in one dose, 3 or 4 times a day. I would take 5 or 6 diazepam, 5 or 6 opiclone, 21 antihistamines. I could literally fall asleep standing up in the middle of a conversation. I could just collapse on the floor, drugged up to the eyeballs.
The wake-up call came from Sarah's son, telling his mum he could no longer cope.
My eldest son then came to me one day and he said, "Mum, I'm going to go and stay with family because I've got to concentrate on my exams." And I suppose that was the bit that just broke me.
The day he left, Sarah decided to quit, but it was too late.
They found me unconscious at home. I'd been in and out of consciousness for 4 days. I'd had a double stroke.
These were the last tablets Sarah took. They nearly ended her life. A quick Google search is all it took for Sarah to buy those tablets online. Many of the sites she came across had words like pharmacy in the title, with false Trustpilot reviews and FDA approved stamped on to fool her into thinking they were legitimate. But many of these websites are unregistered pharmacies, selling fake, dangerous and illegal drugs. When testing one type of benzodiazepine, diazepam, Wales's drugs testing service Wedinos found 55% of them were fake. Those fake benzodiazepines are behind a sharp rise in deaths across England and Wales, from a few a year at the start of the decade to 62 in 2020. Some fear that increase will continue.
From 2019 to 2020, we saw a 155% increase in diazepam-related deaths in Wales, and that's a significant rise.
The British Medical Association has called for a helpline for patients with prescription dependence, and doctors say this addiction is more common than we think.
These drugs, if used at all, should be prescribed only in the very lowest doses for the shortest period of time possible. But I think probably every GP practice in Wales has got many people who are taking these tablets every day and have been doing so for months or even years.
Sarah wishes she'd never taken the drugs that tore her life apart, but now she's trying to rebuild it.
This book has been written by me.
Sarah's produced these bags with an addiction charity. They're full of motivating words and treats to help others recovering from addiction.
Will I ever forgive myself? Probably not. So my apology to the children, in a way, was I'll fight this and then I'm going to show you that I'm going to do some good work now and try and stop this happening again, because I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Sara Speakes ending that report. And if you've been affected by any of the issues raised, details of organisations who can provide information and support are available on the BBC Action Line website.